Start now. ओम अज्ञान
जी, बहुत बार प्रणाम। जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद।
दंड प्रणाम बताओ। Yes, yes. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातः सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्ति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we are discussing further on killing of Hiranyaksha. Last week we saw um, Hiranyaksha, who is Jai Vijay. He was very eager to fight because he got benedictions from Brahma. So he became like indefeatable in a way. And he has this huge eagerness to fight. And because he Jain Vijay, that eagerness was given by the Lord himself, and the Lord has a desire to fight. So the Lord gave him that eagerness also. So he was very proud because of um, the benediction he has received. So he went to Devatas. Devata said, uh, sorry, we accept defeat and we surrender to you. So he was like, okay, you guys surrender, but he was not satisfied because he really wanted to have a battle with somebody. Then he went into the ocean, searched for many years, found finally the kingdom of Varuna, and Varuna has defeated many demons in the past. So Hiranyakasha told Varuna ki, you are so strong and your fame is spread all over and you have defeated so many of our class in the past. Now give me a combat. Let's have a battle. Um, then Varuna said, Hiranyaksha have become very old. Now I don't have the same strength as before, the same energy as before. So I cannot give you a battle now. And then Varuna, uh, and then Varuna, he kind of instigated Hiranyaksha to fight with Lord Vishnu. And Varuna said, if you want to lie on a deathbed with crows and animals scorching on your body, like to instigate Hiranyaksha, then go and fight with Narayan. Um, and then Varuna also told, and then Hiranyaksha left because Varuna did not desire to battle. Um, so Hiranyaksha left, and Hiranyaksha was looking uh, for where to find Narayan. That time Narad Muni came and he said, Sir, the Lord is in the lower regions within the water of Garbhodak, and you can find the Lord there. So Hiranyaksha took a jump inside the ocean, and his body was huge actually. Hiranyaksha, his body was like as big as the Lord. In a way, it can cover a lot of portion of the ocean itself. So big was Hiranyaksha's body. So Hiranyaksha went down and down and down, and then he saw that Lord Varaha in the form of a boar, and he was carrying Mother Earth on his tusk and coming up. Uh, so Hiranyaksha ridiculed the Lord. First, he called him as a shameless creature. He will call him again, Hiranyaksha. We use foul words against Lord Varahadev, uh, that this earth belongs to the lower planets, and why are you taking it up? He also called him the word you rascal. So in this way, he ridiculed the Lord with sharp words. You are only mystical. You have no real power. Um, um, by my mace, I will put you to death. And once I put you to death, all the devotees and all the devatas and all the sages, they will automatically die like trees without the root. Um, so in this way, he instigated and he also called him. The demon also laughed at the Lord, um, and called him Vanagocharu, Mriga. Vanagocharu Mriga means amphibious beast. Beast is also a foul word, like shameless जानवर. इस तरीके से he was ridiculing the Lord. Then it is said that these words, when they entered into um, the heart of the Lord was pained by that, by those words. Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport that when somebody offers nice prayers to the Lord becomes very pleased. You go to the deities where you are located, wherever you are, whichever temple or home deities, and you say, my Lord, thank you, my Lord, I am grateful to you, my Lord, you look so beautiful today. My Lord, you are most merciful. So the Lord is very pleased. By the same time, when somebody uses ill language or sharp words against the Lord, then the Lord becomes very much pained. So these, like calling words like amphibious beast, rascal, the way Hiranyasha came and addressed the Lord was very much pained, and Lord wanted to speak and teach Hiranyaksha and reciprocate Hiranyaksha with Hiranyaksha in a similar manner. But then the Lord noticed that Mother Earth was very much afraid of Hiranyaksha, and the way Hiranyaksha was speaking, Mother Earth ने एकदम सहमी सहम सी गई भूमि माता. So when the Lord saw Mother Earth, then the Lord just drank the poison, the pain, tolerated it, and the Lord kept going up because Mother Earth was drowning in the Garbhoda ocean, and Lord wanted Mother Earth to go up the water. Then, even after calling with such intense, um, sharp, foul words by Hiranyaksha, he saw that the Lord did not wait or like reciprocate, and the Lord just kept going on and on and on. So, like, he stopped the Lord and he spoke such harsh words, beast, amphibious, rascal, and the Lord just kept going up. Uh, then Hiranyaksha started chasing the Lord when the Lord was going up. And then he says, there is nobody as shameless creature as you are. Further, he used foul words against Lord Varaha. Lord Varaha was very much pained, and further he is using these foul words and criticizing the Lord. Prabhupada says the Lord is a sentient being. He is not like impersonal and you do whatever, and he has feelings also. Um, but the Lord just, because he wanted first to help Bhumi Mata, Mother Earth. So then the Lord reached the surface of Garbhodak Ocean. It is said Garbhodak Ocean is half filled with water. The universe is half filled with Garbhodak water. The Lord reached that surface level. Then the Lord placed the Mother Earth on the surface of the water, and the Lord gave Mother Earth the ability to float on the water. So this is like the Lord can do. The Lord can empower any living entity in any ways, and they can do whatever, however they are empowered. Like we were discussing, Brahma was empowered to create just a living entity, but Lord empowered him that he can create whoever and whatever kind of living entity. Among the 8.4 million species also, he was empowered. Brahmaji was empowered, so he could do it. Brahmaji didn't need a wife to procreate. He was empowered. So from his mind, from his heart, from his nostril, from anywhere Brahma can create. This is empowerment. If somebody asks us, hey, can you create a child from your eyes, from your forehead, from your mouth, from your heart? You can't do anything. Living entity, it is said, is helpless. But when the living entity is empowered, nothing is impossible. This is what it says, na? Mukham karoti vachakam pangum langayate girim, that whoever receives the mercy of Guru and Krishna, there is nothing impossible for him. A lame can cross over the mountain. A gunga, a person who cannot speak, can speak very nicely, very eloquently, even an illiterate. This is mercy of Sri Guru. By the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, um, Sanjaya could see what is happening on the battlefield. So in this way, the Lord can empower anybody to do anything. And the Lord empowered Mother Earth, and Mother Earth start to float. And then the Lord, now it's time. Now the Earth is floating, Earth is safe, Earth is smiling. Then the Lord looked back, and Hiranyaksha is like still using the foul words, and the Lord is like, "Beta aajo, now you come." So far, the Lord did not say anything. So first thing that the Lord did after hearing all these sharp words is, um, Lord laughed, and he angrily replied with sharp words. So Lord also speaking sharp words to Hiranyaksha, and he smiled also. And the reason our acharyas explained, the reason the Lord smiled is because the words used by Hiranyaksha, all the words were pan. Pan means had two meanings. So it depends upon how you see. So it was actually an indirect glorification. Indirect glorification. Hiranyaksha actually indirectly glorified the Lord. Although apparently it seems like he criticized the Lord, but there was indirect glorification. So when the Lord saw the indirect glorification, Lord laughed that you have indirectly glorified me. But because his intention was like bad, so Lord became angry and smiled at the same time. Like example given is he used the word agya, like agya means fool. Basically agya means fool. One meaning is fool, our acharyas explain. Another meaning of agya means basically lack of knowledge. So agya in the context also knows that there is no knowledge that is unknown to you. Agya means he is without knowledge, he is a fool, or there is nothing that he doesn't know. Agya, in the context, there is no knowledge which is unknown to them. So it becomes a glorification in a way. um, then he uses abhavaya means killing. And अक्षा बोले कि मैं तुम्हें मार दूंगा, abhavaya. um, um, or indirect meaning is You are the one who kills the process of continued birth and you are the one whoever is cycle of birth and death. You kill their samsar and then you deliver them. Um, then another meaning is shucha. Shucha means saucha. Shucha means grief. And indirect glorification is grief is extinguished by the Lord. Whoever is in grief, um, Lord's presence can remove their grief. Um, Mriga has two meaning. Mriga, one meaning is animal. Another meaning of Mriga is one who is sought by great sages. Um, then there is Suradhama. Suradhama means lowest of the devatas. Sura Adhama, lowest of the devatas. Another meaning of Suradhama means all the Sura are Adhama to the Lord, or all the devatas are lower than the Lord, or the Lord is the best among all the devatas, or the Lord of all the devatas. Um, and this is another meaning of Suradhama. So in this way, every our acharyas explains that by Yogamaya potency, um, although he was trying to criticize the Lord, he uses the words in such a way that he glorified the Lord unlimitedly also, because he was held by the Yogamaya potency, because he was an eternal associate of the Lord. So in a way, he glorified the Lord also unknowingly. But at the same time, he was criticizing the Lord. This is how Lord's Yogamaya potency may work sometimes. So the Lord laughed by hearing the hidden glorification, and the Lord also became angry because of the sharp words used by Hiranyaksha. Then the Lord said, He called him, you are a janwar, basically, amphibious beast. So the Lord said, yes, we are jungle creatures. And as jungle creatures, we are searching for dogs like you, the Lord said. Um, we are searching for dogs like you. In a way, Bhagwan bhi ekdam matlab, वो they both had, the Lord had a desire na, कि verbal, physical, everywhere the Lord wanted to fight. And the Lord fight with his devotees only. So it's like loving exchange, but at the same time, it is unknown. It is the Lord loving exchange is covered by Lord's Yoga Maya potency, so the Lord can fulfill his desire to give a tight fight to Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha also forgot, and he also, the both were in that mood. And Lord just wanted to enjoy that mood, and that's why he was put in. The Yoga Maya arranged the situation for him. तो भगवान ने बोला फिर कि one who is beyond death has no fear from the loose talk of one who is bound by the laws of death. Basically, the Lord said, and those who cannot die, those who are beyond death, cannot fear words of those who are bound by death. In other words, the Lord has nothing to fear. Why the Lord has nothing to fear? Because Lord cannot be killed. Because Lord is beyond death. But Hiranyaksha can be killed. So the Lord said, whatever words you are using, it cannot trigger fear in me because you cannot kill me. And those who are beyond death has no fear from the loose talk of one who is bound by the laws of death. Like we hear this story of Narada went to Ravana and Ravana tried to kill Narada. And Narada has no fear. Why? Because Ravana took the sword, tried to cut off Narada. Um, and the sword went through and nothing happened to Narada. And Ravana is like, how is it possible that um, you are untouched by my weapon? So Narad Muni smiles. Narad Muni has no fear. He can go anywhere to any king and speak anything he likes. Nobody can touch him because his body is spiritual. So Lord also completely transcendental. Nothing can harm the Lord in a way. So the Lord said, one who is beyond that has no fear from the loose talks of one who is bound, or the Lord is telling you are bound by the laws of death, but I am not. And there is a hidden meaning also. Um, the hidden meaning, the Lord also spoke in such a way that there is a hidden meaning. Just like Rani actually used the words. which has a indirect glorification of the Lord. The Lord, in order to reciprocate, also spoke the word that has indirect glorification. So what Lord meant, another meaning, the Lord meant is merciful nature of the Lord. What it means is one who receives my mercy goes beyond the jurisdiction of death. Death cannot touch them. Um, Not subjected to death. Um, so one meaning is those who are not bound by the laws of death. Um, they have no fear from those who are from they have no fear from those who are under the laws of death, or in other words, those who are another meaning, those who are within the laws of the death. By my mercy they can go beyond the laws of the death, or they can become liberated and have a spiritual body, which is going to happen to Jai and Vijay in a way. So there are many um, uh, commentaries by our acharyas with different meanings. um, Anybody said anything? Okay. Then the Lord said, yes, certainly we have stolen the charge of Mother Earth, who is in Rasatala. Certainly we have stolen Mother Earth here. But what can I do? I cannot go from here because now I have developed enmity. Now I have an enemy. And if I have an enemy, I wanted to go actually. The Lord said, you said, why are you here in lower planets? This earth is meant for lower planets. What are you doing here? So the Lord said, well, I have nothing to do here. I wanted to go, but since I have developed an enemy and I have to stay here and address, I cannot run away now. So I will stay here. Um, I don't know where else to go now. I have some business to do here because I have you with me now. So the Lord said, okay, now give up all your foolish talks. You said you are gonna kill me and wipe out the tears of your relatives by killing me. So show it now. Now come and kill me. Wipe the tears of your relatives and loved ones by killing me. Go for it. One who fails to fulfill his promise is like not respected by anybody. In other words, fulfill your promise. If you're not able to fulfill your promise, then what a useless fellow you will be. So come now, come and fight with me. So Hiranyaksha, he became very angry. Because first he was already angry. He wanted to fight, and then the Lord um, kind of say, "Come, fulfill your promise that you have given." So Hiranyaksha, anyways, he's full of anger forever because he's a demon in mode of ignorance, and he has this huge desire to fight. And on the top, he has a desire to fight, and he has false ego also. So the Lord is instigating his false ego, और भगवान ललकार रहे हैं बेटा आ जाओ मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं उनका. Um, so Hiranyaksha, he hissed like a cobra in this way. Um, he quickly ran toward the Lord, um, um, and um, he took up a powerful mace and he hit hard um, uh, the transcendental body of the Lord with a powerful mace. But the Lord just like, and the mace went. Mace did not touch the Lord. Example given is just like yogis can avoid death by their mystical powers. Likewise, the Lord also avoided the powerful beast. Um, um, so now the Lord, he took his mace and the Lord ran to um, attack the demon. So the Lord, uh, with his mace, he tried to struck the demon on the right side of his head, like. Um, But the demon, Hiranyaksha, he took his mace and he put right in front of his right side of his forehead. So the Lord mace was kind of checked. So in this way, um, they both were hitting each other, and sometime they were successful in hitting with a powerful mace, and sometime they would avoid hitting each other. Like the mace would struck each other. So in this way, this fight continued with great anger, and they were like very heavy maces, which are like I don't know how many thousands of miles long the maces only were there. And these bodies of the bodies of the Lord and the demon are also huge, and like this humongous fight is going on. They both sustain injuries on their bodies from the blows of each other's pointed maces, sharp maces. Sometimes they were successful in hitting, and sometimes they would dodge or avoid hitting each other. So both of them were having injuries on their body. The example given is like two powerful bulls fighting for the sake of a cow. So naturally, bull and cow they love each other. So two bulls are fighting for a cow. और cow थोड़ी सहमी सी हुई है, and two bulls are fighting. So this is like the Lord and Yaksha. They're fighting against each other for Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is watching, afraid. So when this fight was continuing on and on and on for some time, because Hiranyaksha has a desire to fight given by the Lord has a desire to fight, and they both are fulfilling their desire, and they're like um, fighting with each other. Then Brahma, along with all the sages, Brahma came there at the site, uh, and there was a terrible fight going on within the ocean. So Brahmaji came, and Brahmaji requested or prayed to the Lord. Brahmaji said, my Lord, this demon is an offender. He has offended devotees, he has offended devatas, the demigods, he has offended brahmanas, he has offended the cows, he has offended sinless living beings. He has attained, I have given him the boon because of which he has become very powerful, and he's searching for somebody to fight with. And with that desire, he is wandering all over the universe. There is no need to play, my lord, with this snake and wicked demon, serpentine and wicked demon. Before the demoniac hour arise, once the demoniac hour arise, his cruel power will increase. Therefore, my request to you is to kill him immediately. So Brahmaji came and requested. Um, and when Brahmaji was requesting, my lord, kill him immediately before the demoniac hour arises. Um, he is simply an offender, and he has caused problem to devotees, devatas, brahmanas, cows. So the Lord was like, okay, this is the time. And then Brahmaji also said that the most auspicious time of a day for killing demoniac people, it's called Abhijit time. It happens at a midday, and it's just about to pass. And it so happened that this demon is in front of you, my lord. So just few moments are remaining in this auspicious time. Please kill him now, um, just in within few minutes. So the Lord smiled at Brahma and nodded his head, like accepted his prayer with love. And the Lord said, "All right." Um, so then, what the Lord did is, then Lord took his mace, and then Lord threw his not threw, but swung his mace to hit at the chin of Hiranyaksha, like hit here, like on his face, like um, but the demon stuck back with his mace. But what the demon did is, because the Lord did like over the chin, this demon he hit the mace of the Lord hard. So what happened? The Lord mace slipped from his hand, and since it is like a Garbodak ocean, so the mace like whirling very fast, like miraculously, and went down, down, down in the depth of the ocean. And now the Lord has no weapon. Um, um, so it is said that although now the Lord is without weapon actually, and Hiranyaksha has this powerful mace with him. So although the demon had the opportunity, he did not strike the unarmed Lord, respecting the laws of combat. He knew that okay, this is, I mean, he still follow the laws of combat. और युद्ध करना चाहते थे, वे युद्ध करना चाहते थे. डेमोनी है क्या है, पर थोड़ा सा उतना उनमें कल्चर था. So he did not um, hit the Lord back. But when the mace fell down, all the devatas and the rishis, they became very much concerned and like cry, loud cry, ah, alas! In this way, they made such sound ki, ah, what will happen now? So the Lord, in order to like भगवान के भक्त बड़े कंसर्निंग हो गए थे. So the Lord invoked his Sudarshan Chakra. Is Varadev. Varadev also brought his Sudarshan Chakra with him. It's the same Lord. So when Hiranyaksha he saw the chakra of the Lord, he became very much afraid and he became very angry. Like now, like like the I hit the Lord, but the Lord brought his chakra now. So he began to hiss like a serpent and bit his lip. मतलब he was like, what do I do now? The demon. So he bit his own lips. And in this way he started to hiss like a serpent. Um, so the demon he looked at the Lord as though to burn him with anger. Um, अटैक नहीं कर रहे थे पर सोच रहे हैं. Then he sprang into the air and aimed his mace at the Lord, explaining, "You are slain." तो अपना मेस उठा और फेंका भगवान के ऊपर कि like now accept your death. In full force he sprang the mace upon the Lord. Um, the Lord effortlessly um, the mace was going with the Lord at the speed of the wind. Full force, the demon, he sent the mace onto the Lord. And the Lord, with his left foot, अपने पैर से, like just knocked down the mace. Um, then the Lord said, Hiranyaksha, the Lord said, demon, take the mace and come again in this way. Um, the demon again attacked the Lord with his mace. Then again the demon picked up his own mace. Um, the Lord said, take up the mace and try again. The demon took the mace again, roared loudly. Um, and then he again tried to spring or hit the Lord with the mace. But the Lord playfully caught hold of the mace just as Garuda would seize a serpent. Like sometimes Garuda, sometimes the serpent is like um, going here and there, and Garuda just playing with the serpent. Then easily Garuda or the eagle or Garuda catches the serpent. Likewise, he was trying to hit the Lord in different ways, and the Lord with one hand, no matter which speed it is coming, because previously the Lord was in a mood to fight. So the Lord would take some injuries, the Lord would give some injuries, take some more injuries, and they were having this Virya Rasa with his devotees. The Lord is having, but after Brahmaji said that my Lord is time, no more play. Then the Lord is like, okay. So the Lord is like now a little bit serious, like now it's time to kill Hiranyaksha. So when he hit the mace, the Lord is not playing. Lord just caught hold of the mace and just held it, and he could not move his mace also. Um, and Lord like just pulled it in a way. Um, Hiranyaksha was frustrated. He was like he felt himself powerless in front of the Lord. He felt humiliated, and he was reluctant to take back the mace when it was offered by the Lord. The Lord he hit the Lord, and the Lord just took the mace and pulled it from Hiranyaksha. And and the Lord said, "Take it back, this mace." And he was so humiliated that he was like, "No, I won't take this mace again from your hand." Um, yeah. Then Hiranyaksha invoked a deadly trident, Trishul, and he flew the Trishul onto Lord Varaha. The Lord used his chakra and um, cut off the trident into pieces. Hiranyaksha felt like, "Well, previously I could hit the Lord with my mace, and now he's just catching the hold like a toy, and I cannot even release, and he take it. And when I use my trident, he just cut it into pieces." So Hiranyaksha felt like his anger was increasing, his frustration was increasing, but he also felt that he is not able to conquer the Lord. Uh, so Hiranyaksha then used his fist, uh, and he hit the Lord Has on he struck the Lord's chest with his fist and disappeared. Um, but the Lord did not feel even a little bit shaking. It's like elephant struck by a garland. If you take a garland and hit elephant, nothing will happen to the elephant. Likewise, Hiranyaksha used his full power of his own bodily strength and hit the Lord and disappeared. That the Lord just didn't move. He just standing and smiling. Further frustrated Hiranyaksha. Then Hiranyaksha employed many illusions against the Lord. Um, what kind of illusions? Um, the fierce wind started to blow, and the stones were started falling onto the Lord as if from a machine gun, like full force. The stones were coming. The clouds suddenly, the sun and uh, the luminaries in the sky disappeared. They were covered by the clouds. There were lightning and thunder sound. It became dark, and it started to rain pus, hair, blood, stool, urine, bones onto Lord Barade. Um, Various mountains started to come from the various weapons started to come from the mountain. um, uh, Demonesses, naked demonesses, armed with trident, appeared with their hair hanging loose, ready to attack the Lord. Um, and all the devatas, when they were seeing all these symptoms, and the Lord is alone and full on, there was like so much coming from all different sides. Then the devatas again became very much concerned. um, but then what did the Lord do? The Lord invoked his chakra, and just by the chakra itself, all the illusions again disappeared. um, uh, Hiranyaksha understood that he tried illusion, he tried trident, he tried his mace, his own bodily strength, but everything is like completely effortless in front of the Lord's power. But before, they were giving injuries to each other. The Lord is bleeding and the Lord is laughing and using the foul words. He was really enjoying Veer Rasa. But now, since Brahmaji said nothing can touch and um, or like even a sign of defeating the Lord, at that point of time, Diti, who was living in the heavenly planets, दीदी suddenly एक कमकपी आई दीदी को उनकी mother like she shook actually, and suddenly she remembered the words of her husband and the prediction of her husband that your sons will be killed by the Supreme Lord Narayan himself. And just this remembrance came. Didi doesn't know what is happening, but this remembrance came, and it was such a shook. Her body was so much shaken up. All of a sudden, that blood started to flow from her breast, and she was seeing that blood started to flow from Diti's body. Um, Diti got an idea, got a hint, ki, what is going to happen now. Hiranyaksha then he after losing all the hopes, the last hope was Hiranyaksha tried to squeeze the body of the Lord with his arms. They said Dhritarashtra wanted to kill Bhima by hugging him and squeezing him. Likewise, he tried to squeeze the body of the Lord. Um, but to his amazement, he found that when he tried to squeeze the body of the Lord, and the Lord is standing outside. Then he again ran and tried to squeeze, and the Lord is with no more within his grasp, and he is standing outside his grasp. So Hiranyaksha was, more and more frustrated again and again. Um, then he started continuously hitting, uh, striking the Lord's chest with his heart piece, one after the other, one after the other. And Lord is just standing there and smiling. Then the Lord took his hand and slapped Hiranyaksha under in the root of that ears, like यहाँ पे एक slap मारा हिरण्याक्ष को. हिरण्याक्ष body began to whirl like a wheel, eyeballs bulged out, such like he was rotating at such a speed, Hiranyaksha, that his eyeballs bulged out, and he was like his hands and legs broken and separated, and his hair scattered because he was whirling by one hand of the Lord, and he fell down dead like a uprooted tree. Bolo Shiva Radhe Bhagwan ki jai. So seeing the dead body of Hiranyaksha, अभी भी Hiranyaksha like and hair scattered, eyes ball bulged out, hands and legs broken, fell down like an uprooted tree dead. Um, when Brahma and other sages, when they saw the dead body of Hiranyaksha, they saw that his effulgence was still not faded, like he freshly died. And Brahma ji and others, they said, what a blessed death, because dying at the hands of the Lord is what a blessing. So they said, what a blessed death. Um, and when he actually fell down, um, he was touched by the feet of the Lord, and he left the body by looking into the eyes of the Lord. Beautiful face, he was looking, beautiful face of the Lord, and touched by the lotus feet of the Lord, and that's how he left the body. So Brahmaji said, what a blessed death. Then Devatas, they started glorifying the Lord. Devatas said, all glories to you, who has assumed the form of a boar, but still he is a maintainer of the whole world, and he is always in pure sattva. Um, we are now at ease because Hiranyaksha has died, and our devotion is fixed at your lotus feet. So various prayers in this way the Devatas pray to the Lord. Then the Lord returned to his own abode. And it is said where, like describing the Lord, Maitreya Muni said that the Lord returned to his own abode where there is always an uninterrupted festival. Because there, abode of the Lord, always is a festival. In Vrindavan and all the Vaikuntha planets. The Lord killed him. The Devatas were very grateful. They offered various prayers. Then the Lord went to his abode where festival is going on eternally. Um, then Maitreya Muni said, I have thus spoken to you the pastime of Varahadev and killing of Hiranyaksha, as I have heard from my Guru. So Prabhupada says one should repeat the pastime directly from, as one hears from Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Vidura, after hearing this pastime of killing of Hiranyaksha and the pastime of Lord Varaha, they felt transcendental bliss by hearing the Lord's pastime, because Lord's pastimes are filled with these divine potency. And whenever we discuss it, whenever we hear it, gives joy to our heart. So Vidura felt transcendental bliss. Um, what to speak of hearing the pastimes of the Lord? Um, even hearing the pastimes of the devotees of the Lord, and um, yeah, one can derive what to speak about hearing the pastime of the Lord. One derive the same transcendental joy even by hearing and describing the pastimes of the devotees of the Lord. How merciful the Lord is, that Gajendra was delivered when he meditated upon the Lord's lotus feet. When Gajendra was being attacked by the crocodile, by the alligator, Gajendra meditated on the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord immediately came and delivered Gajendra. So, how merciful the Lord is, Maitreya Muni is telling. When Mother Earth was in danger, the Lord came. When Gajendra was in danger, the Lord came. The Lord is so merciful whenever the devotees are in danger. Sambhavami, Sambhavami, Lord tells Arjuna, Sambhavami means मैं खुद आता हूँ अर्जुना. I myself descend. Um, Wherever there is a decline of religion, whenever and wherever, कहीं भी किसी भी वक्त, प्रभुपाद जी बोलते हैं whenever and wherever, यदा यदा is translated as कहीं भी किसी भी वक्त, कोई समय नहीं है, कहीं भी किसी भी वक्त, um, um, जहाँ पे अपने भक्तों को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, परित्राणाय साधुना, अपने भक्तों का रक्षा करने के लिए मैं स्वयं आता हूँ, भगवान बोलते हैं. सो Maitreya Muni is telling, what grateful person will not worship this Lord, will not worship such a Lord, um, who can be easily pleased by the spotless devotees who take exclusive shelter of him. Metamoni said the Lord can be easily pleased if we take shelter of him, if we remember him. Um, 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 so I mean, the Lord is doing so much for us now. What all the Lord has not given us actually. He has given us a spiritual master, given us the process, given us the holy dham, and given us temples, given us seva, um, given us the association of his dear devotees, given us his prasad, given us the dham. The Lord has entered and made our whole life remember him. And the Lord is so kind that even we who don't deserve, the Lord has done so much for us. Even we are not pure, or we are not even close to pure. We are so fallen actually. Um, but the Lord is still taking care of us. So Maitya Muni is telling, who is that grateful person who has taken shelter of the Lord and then don't worship him. And if you don't worship the Lord, even after receiving so much, and if you don't do much in return to service of the Lord, then isn't that the sign of ingratitude? Because he has done so much for us, and what are we doing? And how are we reciprocating? It's wonderful. Then the last verse is the Falastuti. And Falastuti says that anybody who hears these pastimes with attention, who repeats or chants this pastime, or who takes pleasure in this pastime, will be relieved from all sinful reactions. Even the sin of killing a Brahmana can be eradicated just by hearing or glorifying or taking pleasure in this pastime. Lord Varahadev killing Hiranyaksha. Okay, so that's the end of this chapter, um, the end of this series of Varahadev. Jai Vijay. Okay, are there any discussion? Next will be Kadamba Muni, Devahuti, Lord Kapila's teachings. That section will begin.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danda Pranam. Srila Prabhupada. Jai.
Hare
How are you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji?
Surviving.
Prabhuji, one question was coming into my mind, like as Lord says, Prityanam Sadhunam, Nashayad Ishkaram. So he will come again and again whenever there is a decrease in the religion. So like how can we see the presence of Lord? Like right now you see it like in the LA area, there is a lot of fire, wildfire is going on and it's, destructing a lot of houses, a lot of people, killing so many people. So can we see this is the one of the way the Lord is reciprocating to save the, you know, to come against the irreligion, like the whatever the cow hatya and all those things, whatever things are happening here in the North
Hmm.
America.
Hmm.
How should we take this? I mean, I'm just thinking when you have said that, like,
Hmm. So, Prabhuji, this is like our acharyas explain, um, uh, like Vinashacha Duskritam. There, Duskrit refers to personalities like Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kans, such people. Um, and it is not possible for anybody to kill them. Even the Devatas, including Brahma and Shiva, are also afraid of such personalities. So the things that living entity cannot do, then the Lord Himself comes. So Lord Himself comes. Sambhavami means I descend. भगवान बताते हैं अर्जुन से, जब धर्म का अराइज होगा, अधर्म का अराइज होगा, then I descend. So Lord does not personally descend, um, um, like regularly, but he comes in those circumstances that cannot be handled by even empowered living entities, that the Lord himself has to come. And yes, if there is some fire, um, and many things are getting destroyed, it can be seen, like Srila Prabhupada says, the misery of a place is because of collective karma. And the Lord does not actually interfere with the karma chakra. बहुत up and down होगा इस संसार में ना. And the Lord is, if the Lord thinks, he will know, but he won't interfere in the laws of material nature. These are laws of karma in action.
So this is a kind of a, we can say, understand as a reaction,
Yeah, जैसे कोविड आया
karmic reaction.
कोविड आया था, it was again the same. It was a massive inconvenience, but collective karma of the place. Prabhupada says, like, so much misery in US because of the cold. Those who are in golden states. So Prabhupada said, why it's uninhabitable? रहने लायक नहीं ये जगह है. I mean, we live in an artificial condition. Heat लगा रखा है, electricity. मतलब we have created an artificial condition to survive. But naturally, no saints or nobody can make a hermitage here, cottages here, and some people will die. It's inhabitable. It's a lot of suffering when who goes out because of the kind of cold there is. Prabhupada says this is because the cows are being killed. So the inconvenience to a place or this miseries is because of sinful reactions.
Prabhuji, but this is all controlled by the demigods. All these natural things, like whatever, like, earthquake or
Yes.
anything, all demigod, and demigods are the limbs of the Lord. So anything, everything, without a leaf even cannot move without the sanctions of the Lord.
Yes.
So in an indirect way, there is a hand of the Lord. I should.
The sanction is there. Yes. Lord sanction is there. The devatas are also doing, they cannot do anything that Lord does not sanction. There is a collective karma and Lord does not interfere in that. But although the Lord, in the form of Paramatma, is aware, he is maintaining, Lord Krishna in Vrindavan is still absorbed in his pastime, covered by his own yoga maya potency. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Krishna in Vrindavan, absorbed uh, with Mother Yashoda and in his own pastimes. Only bhakti can touch Krishna or Vrindavan. But as a maintainer, when he expands, so in a way, everything is controlled by the Lord through expansions or kala, plenary expansion, portion of plenary expansion. सब कुछ होता तो भगवान की इच्छा से ही है. But still, suffering cannot touch the Lord.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. ठीक है, कोई और
Hare
सवाल
Krishna.
किसी?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanwad Pranam, Prabhuji.
धन्यवाद प्रणाम.
Prabhuji, so in the last class, you mentioned, Prabhuji, in Vishnu, according to Vishnu Puran, Lord Vishnu asks Jai Vijay, if you, like, when they're cursed, do you want 7 janmas of devotee as a devotee, or 3 lifetimes as a opponent of Lord Vishnu? So
No.
one was Hiranyaksha, you mentioned, Prabhuji. So what are the other 2, Prabhuji, which they have taken?
रावण,
Prabhu.
कुंभकर्ण, शिशुपाल, दंतवक्र.
Oh, Shishupal Dantavastra. Okay, Prabhuji, I
त्रेता
understood.
या सत्य, त्रेता एंड द्वापरा.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
थैंक यू माताजी.
But Prabhuji, Jagai Madai also.
हाँ, वो एक्स्ट्रा उन्होंने खुद से ले लिया. दे वॉलंटियर. दे आर लाइक 3 युग में तो आ गए, कलयुग क्यों छोड़े यार. यहाँ भी भगवान का संग मिल जाएगा. Yes. महाप्रभु के पास टाइम से पार्टिसिपेट करने से उनको गोलोका की प्राप्ति हो गई प्रभु. उससे पहले दे वर ओनली रेजिडेंट ऑफ वैकुंठा ओनली. They didn't access beyond that. But by mercy of Gaurang Mahaprabhu is most merciful. They got access to Vrindavan also.
So then, Prabhuji, now who is a gatekeeper of Vaikuntha?
They expand, Prabhuji.
Okay. So this is not a title, like designation. Jaivish is not a designation. It's just a people.
They are people. Yeah,
Yeah, people.
they are people, yes.
So they expand themselves. Okay.
They can simultaneously participate in various Vaikuntha planets in Vrindavan. In Ram Leela also they can participate. In many, they can expand. In God Leela also now they eternally participate. So उनका good fortune खुल गया महाप्रभु की कृपा से actually benediction मिल गया. Okay, कुछ और? किसी और भक्तजनों का कुछ और discussion. Okay. Okay.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
One thing. Can we have a similar kind of Ramayana series, Prabhuji?
रामायण में बहुत अच्छा नहीं हो प्रभु जी.
That will happen, Prabhu, when you read, when you give the class, it will happen automatically.
चलो देखते हैं. अभी तो भागवत ही चलने दो प्रभु. अभी तो थर्ड कैंटो में हम लोग है ना. लॉर्ड कपिल आने वाले हैं.
But
और
that
आप
can be in
पैरेलल ही कह
parallel,
रहे हैं.
Prabhu, any other day.
चलो सोचेंगे उस बारे में. भगवान की इच्छा होगी तो करेंगे.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
अलका माता जी. हरे कृष्ण.
Yeah, I am also interested in Ramayana, so I just wanted to.
Me too, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. This is a wonderful suggestion.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll consider it more serious.
So, Prabhuji, it's a lot desire.
बना दिया आपने. तीर कमान फेंक दिया. Okay, we'll see. All right, Prabhuji, Mataji, thank you very much. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. धन्यवाद प्रणाम. Prabhuji, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Krishna,
Dandavat
Prabhuji,
Pranam.
thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna,
Prabhuji,
Dandavat
Pranam.
Thank you
so
much,
Prabhuji.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.